Welcome, fellow travelers. I am Dez of the Revas Order, and I'm joining Chibi and Vertek at the Golden Feather. Come on in, grab a seat, and let's share tales of adventure.
Dezzrevas, for those who don't know about you, who are you?
I'm Dezzrevas. I am the leader of the Revas Order. We just turned 12 years old in December. So
nice.
That's
happy
a happy
birthday!
time.
Yes,
Yeah.
Happy birthday. We actually announced that too. We were like, oh my gosh, guys.
Yeah, we're a PvX guild with a lot of roleplay theming, and really into the roleplay scene as well.
Nice.
Community based, love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as Alpha 2 comes along, we will have a lot of interesting options for roleplay. Do you have anything in mind, or do you think of there's anything that Alpha 2 for Ashes will will help you in your
Well, that's one of the big things is we are the only, to my knowledge, all Elven guild. So that'll definitely be one of those things.
Ooh.
Ooh. I might have to pop in and roleplay with you guys too.
You're always welcome.
Thank you. What, if anything, are you most looking forward to in Alpha 2? Is there anything that in particular from what we've seen so far or what we're expecting to see that calls to you?
I want to see more of the node like fleshed out. And seeing how the different systems happen with the nodes, and whoever gets mayorship, how they're able to fix up a sweet science node, or academic node now.
Yeah. Academic.
I gotta break that. It's science forever.
Well, to be fair, I think on the wiki it does say that it's like a synonymous naming. So.
Yeah, I think wasn't he?
Seemed like, yeah, go ahead.
Wasn't he? And I could be remembering this wrong, but I thought he had mentioned something along the lines of it was he was calling it academic because it has an academy on it, but it was actually the scientific node. He was just naming it that. But I forget. I could be. We have to look that up now.
I think you're kind of right, because it's supposed to have like the Scholars Guild or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as
also,
you were.
Mad Hatter says, I really want to see a node go from one stage to the next. And Wizzy says at Dezzrevas, yes, nodes are such a huge focus of the game, yet we know so little. And I mean, I also feel like the part of the reason why we know so little is because it's so much. There's a lot to it.
yeah, totally. Like I want to see bigger than a village, but and baby steps, I guess.
Yeah.
Someday.
Exactly. Was there anything there that you were like particularly excited about or interested in?
I'm kind of interested in the utility stuff, how they're putting in the different perks and abilities you buy as the ranger.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have a gripe with what they're currently doing with the movement ability, because in their stream they said, hey, this ability is here to showcase how the ranger is super mobile, but then it can only go backwards unless you spend a point in it to go sideways in every other direction. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I played that in SWTOR on a trooper on one of my alts, and that was their movement ability. It just jet back. That was terrible, especially in a PvP game.
Yeah, that's fair. And hopefully, that input would help with, creating a better ranger. What about you, Vertek?
With that specifically, I mean, I was gonna say that I had the same reaction when he mentioned that, but at the same time, I was thinking, it does kind of work in a way, because it is by spending a point you do power up the ability, but it at least gives you kind of like the default David configuration of you have an escape ability that you can jump backwards, because I think doesn't the WoW Hunter have the same thing where you just jump straight back? So it's like multiple games have that kind of movement abilities.
To play that.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do the same thing. They just jump straight back, and it's kind of one of those things like it's an easy envisionment of how somebody would jump if something in front of them was coming at them and they need to just get out of there real quick. But then if you spend a point in it, you can get, a boost. Kind of like a tank skill where you add a point to get like an extra 2% defense because you're better with shields now.
Yeah.
I mean, I can kind of see where they're coming from because they have a root ability that jumps over the enemy and then you can jump back, I guess. But I don't know. Personally, I would like to see them be as mobile as possible and do something similar to the Rogue where they're omnidirectional, where they do their thing.
Yeah, it's really hard when we're looking at all this stuff to not be like, hey, so what do you think about the whatever and whatnot? So hey, I guess one question I would have is, as a guild, are you folks trying to find a specific biome or a specific point in the world? Since the map's been kind of out there, are you hoping to make a home in a node in a specific area of the world?
Ooh, that's a difficult question. It's much contention, in fact. There's some camps that want to be like in the zones where the Alpha 2 is going to be, like when we get to launch.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other people that would rather really love to go to the ancient elven homelands, which is a later time.
Yeah, see, that's what I almost assumed, is that someone with, let's say, a full tilt elven guild would try to look for those elven type areas that they would identify with, and even like right next to the old castles and the old like decrepit ruins of the forefathers, so to say.
Yeah, I mean, there is that, but I think the more important thing for us mechanically would be finding a science node. If we can find one that has access to water, since we're going to be battling with another node to race to get access to a harbor, I'd rather do that than necessarily focus in absolutely having to be the elven area. Although it would be kind of cool to have that cool I don't know, shining white gold city on the water.
Yeah,
the Roman elves of Imperium.
Absolutely. I know. I suppose even for like on a lore and roleplay thing, as long as you're somewhat near, so you can kind of swing by and do salvage and stuff or whatnot. But you're a new generation, so you must strike out on your own, right?
Right. We are holding the strength and traditions of the Pyrian kingdom long since gone.
I like that, because there's like, do I follow the lore? Do I follow like what runs naturally for us, kind of thing?
I think for us, we're gonna try and bring as much of the lore stuff for the Pyrian kingdom before the collapse and then the split.
Okay.
Like we're kind of running with like the whole Roman aspect, where the Imperians were like the city and military, where the Pyri were like kind of the outskirts and the first responders to any threats from the outside.
Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that idea. I kind of feel to it.
I'm actually
it's all the elves.
Not to like put it on my attention, but like when I've been role playing like as myself, having like shifted away from my clan over time on Sanctus and trying to find more Pyrian elves, because I don't really know many other people for roleplay, so I'm like, I'm just kind of out in the open.
I found that like we wanted to go for more of a focus for the Empyrean, but we've found so many Pyri. I mean, it's cool either way. You got elves.
Yeah.
I've got my preference. Like I'm going to be an Empyrean. My wife's going to be a Pyri, so that's going to be fun.